So it's been a great day here in Anglia Square, and we've been listening also to people's stories, the hardship they're going through at the moment, and it's quite clear that, as we're saying, austerity is hurting, but it isn't working.
Live in our world. Just live in our world. Walk a mile in our shoes and see if you can deal with the money that we're given. It's not our fault we can't get jobs. I sit at home with my children and I teach my children things every day. I do a lot that other mothers wouldn't. It doesn't make me a saint, I do my job. But my husband can't get a job. He hasn't got any training and no one's willing to give it to him.
Adult education in Norwich is being affected by the cuts. There are fewer classes happening, tutors can't get paid, and the classes that have been running for donkey's years can't now run because of the austerity measures, and I think it's a loss to the community.
The cuts are really, impacting on all sectors. We work in the NHS and we've seen massive cuts in terms of our staffing numbers have gone down, and people are actually being told during training courses, expecting a future career, that actually they're going to be got rid of by the end of that period, by their training year, and they won't be able to even use the skills that they would have learned.
So the problems are going to be very deep in the health service. You hear it about ambulances, you hear it about hip joints, you hear it about waiting times at the hospital, you hear it in accident and emergency, there's not enough staff. The staff's pretty demoralised and fed up. There's going to be a riot somewhere.
I think a lot of the government changes, especially over school and children, aren't very good. The change, and they ain't building new schools where they said years ago, oh, education, but now they aren't following what they said they were going to do. They don't seem to be looking after the people at grassroots. The people who mean a lot. People high up are all right.
As a teacher, I'm seeing an effect on the people I teach. There's been lots of cuts to education. Plus, also, you just notice talking to families when it comes to school trips and being able to buy essential things for their kids. Families not having that and asking the school for more and more support.
I did foster children for 20 years, and now I've got young girls from the YMCA to try and help with the housing list because there's no flats.
We're really worried about the personal budgets and the way that the old people and with the criteria, you have to fit a certain criteria to actually get the money.
The government has no real respect for disabled people, old or young.
Well, I've been talking to a lot of elderly people and people on DLA, and they're very distressed about the interviews, especially as the interviews are being done by non-medical people.
I am happy with what I've got, and I'm lucky to have rent accommodation, but I am very concerned about my daughters, granddaughters and probably future grandchildren for what's in store for them, and I would like the government to really help them.
The Conservative government has made welfare a bad word, but it's not a bad word. It's something that we should be proud of in this country, and it's something that protects the most vulnerable people in society, and I would be proud to support anything that stood up for that.
You have to go marching because that is a chance to see how many people agree with you. It's a great feeling of solidarity to go on a big march down in London, or why not have it in Norwich too?
You're all got to keep together and join together and say this isn't right. We want something to happen. You've got to do some changes. If not, there is got to be anarchy or something like that, because people won't. At the end of the day, they've got to live in the.
Thousands of people are going to be in London at the weekend on a national demonstration against the government's policies, forcing them to change direction. If you want to come with us, make sure you book your place on the coaches from Norfolk down to the demo. All the information's on our website, Norfolk Coalition Against the Cuts.